If you for some reason don't have access to Dragon Eggs, you can also use Ender Crystals and Pistons, but first off we should remove the entire portal again. Okay, so the reason we remove the portal is so that the Ender Crystals don't get teleported when we try to remove the portals with them. Now, this thing is directional, so I marked the positive x direction, the positive z direction in green, and the negative x direction and the negative z direction in red. Now, if you're starting from the negative side, you can just remove the blocks here with no big problem. So you can just place obsidian like that, place a piston 2 higher here, then place an ender crystal here, and one here. And actually, we probably should add another piston over here. Now you want to break the blocks below the ender crystal so that there is no fire anymore. And once you have done that, you can trigger this piston. And you see, it removed both of these bedrock blocks. Now I was a little quick to trigger the piston there, so let's just do that again. Gives me chills every time. Well, we can just place another ender crystal in the center here, that works as well. We just need to have a piston up here again to move it over. The piston needs to be somewhere where the block doesn't get removed, so that the piston head doesn't get removed. And there we go. This is removed. Now we can do the same thing for the 3 blocks below here. So let's try to make it right this time. Place one piston on the side there. One piston up here. Place 2 ender crystals. Trigger this piston. That was not right again. So remember to remove the blocks below. Let's try to make it right this time. So we place the ender crystals like that. Have the pistons there, remove the blocks below the ender crystals, and now trigger this piston first. So these 2 are removed, and then we trigger this piston, which is placed too high, so it will not do anything. But that doesn't matter, we can just place it over here, and then it will move over the ender crystal and remove it. Notice how I move them always from the negative coordinates in the direction of the positive coordinates, so they remove the blocks. The same thing doesn't work in the other direction. So let's remove these ender crystals again. On this side we got everything ready already. Now let's, you could do the same thing on the negative Z side, so let's try the positive Z side instead, because there we have to do it a little bit different. So we can start from the side here, place a piston here like that, place an ender crystal there, remove the block below, never forget to remove the block, and move it in. So we got the first one moved out, or the first one bedrock removed. Now I will press F3 and B so we see the actual hitbox of the ender crystal. That makes it all easier. Now you can see this one is on the border of this bedrock here, so we can't use it anymore. So let's just destroy it. Place a new one here, get a new piston ready, and zap. Remove the block without punching the ender crystal, push it over, and it's again useless, so let's get the next one. You will run through, I don't know, probably more than half a stack of ender crystals if you want to use this method, but if you don't have a dragon egg, this is actually a good alternative. So there we go. First 3 blocks done. Now the 3 blocks below here will get a little more difficult, because if we have the bedrock over here, they won't be much more difficult, but if we have the bedrock over here, we can't place an ender crystal there, so we will need to remove this bedrock as well, just to get to where we want. Now I forgot to place a piston first, which always is a bit annoying, but there we go. We can just move it in, and now continue the process. Just make sure that you push from the negative side to the positive side, and it should be all no problem. Same, of course, in the other direction. And there we go. The strip portal then looks like this. Now, of course, the portal blocks are all removed at the moment. So what we will do now is build up the pistons the same as in the method with Dragon Eggs, and then I will show you how to continue. And that's how far you have to build up the piston setup. Now we want to make a few little changes and finish it up. So first off, this repeater should be on the first delay, not on the second one as in the other one. Also, then we want to wire this up a little bit, just like that. And now we want to have a second wire on top of here, where we add 4 ticks delay, like that, and have a door on top of this piston right here. This one doesn't need to be a piston actually, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, and when we have it like that, we just want to trigger both of these wires at the same time. We can do that by having a repeater facing in here. And then we just want to have some delay, so we have some time to prepare. So let's just place some repeaters on full delay here. And there we go. And now everything is ready to resummon the portal and get the portal blocks back in place. So we just need to place 1 obsidian on each side and place 3 of the ender crystals already. Make sure to have the thing built in either negative X or negative Z, because this block will be left over at the end and we can then remove it with an ender crystal if it is in the negative coordinates. So now we remove the blocks below the ender crystals. And the last one is not placed yet. We will do that by facing against the door and holding down right click. And then the thing will trigger, the pistons will extend, at the same time the door will open, and hopefully, sometimes the timing messes up a bit, but hopefully the ender crystal will get placed while the pistons are in the process of extending. And therefore the portal that will regenerate will replace the piston heads, and we will have glitched out pistons which allow us to break the bedrock in these locations again. So let's try it. Face against the door, hold down right click so that as soon as it opens it gets placed. And there we go. Now we don't want to summon a dragon, so let's just punch the crystals again. Things blow up a bit, but you can see all the pistons are in extended state. As I said, it has a chance to fail if the timing is a bit off, and then you might have to do the whole bedrock breaking here again, which probably can be really annoying. I didn't bother coming up with something better yet, because I think most people will go with the Ender Dragon version anyways. But yeah, now all you need to do is to unpower it, and you will see how it removes all the blocks, also down there. The only block left over is this one on this side, but that's no problem, because what we can do for that we already know. Just place ender crystal here, remove the block below, and then move the ender crystal to the side. And yeah, that works. The thing is just we need to place a block here so that the ender crystal doesn't get teleported. So let's do it again. Have a block there so it doesn't get moved inside into the portal, but just into the block. Remove the block, and there we go. Now the portal would be ready for the Sandgenerator. Now if for some reason you don't want to resummon the portal, or you want to use an old 1.8 portal for example, there's another method which you can use, and if you want to see that, click on the link in the video description.